Hey guys, once again, it is the 31st, the last day of July 2025, and it is a Thursday. Mike and Helen are at the farmer's market, supposedly. I'll check. Plans for the day. I'm feeling pretty good. Yesterday my legs felt really good. I probably could have walked, 100 yards without stopping. Woohoo! But today, not too good. So maybe when Kathy gets up, she's sleeping because she had to work last night. She works 12-hour shifts, and maybe she'll give me a pain med, I don't know. But for some reason, I'm not getting any response from my doctor that I'm aware of. I haven't checked my my web page lately. So I'll check that. See if he responded, because I forget the name of the pain meds that he gives me. It's a real mild med, and it originally started when I had my surgery for my knee. He gave me some mild pain meds, and I wouldn't use it because I was in pain, but I mean, it wasn't excruciating like sciatica. Ugh. Right there's that truck, silly thing. And some hay left is cool. I'm an Oscar stall. And I'll tell you what, pain meds are really cool. They stop the pain. And when you're younger, you don't realize that. You hear people taking pain pills and stuff. You think, that's stupid. I'll never have to do that. And then you get old, and all Pete breaks loose. And you get pain in places that as a younger person, you would have never, thought you would have gotten. And I know guys and girls who had pain in their younger years. Can you imagine? One such person was Percy vanderSlik. I felt so bad for that guy, Percy. He passed away recently, but Percy vanderSlik was I worked with him at Keeler Brass, an extremely hard-working guy, guys. He was very hardworking. He had 2 kids, and my guess, he sent them to Christian schools. So his wife was a substitute teacher, and she taught some of the Faber kids, the Faber, not Bill Faber, of Protestant Reform persuasion, but Riemer Faber and his boys, I don't know if he had any daughters. Riemer Faber had like 3 boys, I believe. Harry, Rick, I can't remember who else. But anyway, she taught those guys, or one of those boys anyways, and she told me, she says, she was always wondering what was in his head. Because he had this mischievous look on his face. She said she always wondered what he was thinking, he could never tell. I got a kick out of that. I didn't know the Faber kids very well because they were younger, significantly younger than I. Anyway, I got a kick out of that. But anyway, back to the pain. Percy vanderSlik, he had so much pain in his back. He was a staff sergeant in the Army. My guess was he was drafted back in the day, and he worked his way up to staff sergeant, and he continued to work in the military. I don't know what you call those things, on reserve or something, I believe. Yeah. Anyway, Percy was in constant pain, and yet his attitude was very, very good. So much fun to work with. Smart guy. Most importantly, he was a Christian man and a very humble guy. Very friendly. I don't believe he had an ounce of hate. I don't believe he had an ounce of hate in his body. It was amazing. I was a young guy at Keeler Brass. Myself, Chuck Vandermeulen, Mark DeWild, Jim Jury, Jim Host, Rich, Rich Hooker, John Havman, Mel, what was Mel's last name? There was a Mel Walcott. Him and Bill Baker were bosom buddies. Again, this was at Godfrey plant. But anyway, I'll think of Mel's name. Mel Vanderpool. Remember Mel? That poor guy, he passed away at a very young age. What was it? I don't know. Some kind of cancer, I believe. So many people pass away from cancer. But once again, the pain. I remember working in the mirrors. So many women complained about carpal tunnel syndrome, which is you have a tunnel in your hand where your nerves go side by side with your tendons, and there's so much muscle here, and it goes right in this tunnel here, the nerves and the tendons. My story, guys, my story. I never graduated from med school. I never did graduate from med school. As if I was in med school. I never finished my residency. I know you guys get that a lot. Not from me, but that's the first time I ever said that. I think it's funny. Anyway, and all these women, a lot of women working in that mirror assembly because they make so much money. We made so much money. Glenda Winnery, case in point. Gail Connors. Richard Post. Chris Holden. And then a person who innately disliked me something terrible was Jim Vanderwall. He had an innate dislike for me. Don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why. So when I do see him, he always has to throw in some sarcastic, cutting remark to me. And then if I brought a kid with me to my kids, he would say something really rude and disgusting. And I never did anything to the guy. Jim Vanderwall, if you if you ever watch these videos and catch this one, talk to me. What did I do? Not that I care, but it's nice to know. It's nice to know. Anyway, Jim Vanderwall, he had a brother named John Vanderwall who was an incredibly smart, intelligent man. He went to Michigan Tech, and later in life, he got his engineering degree and was very successful. Sorry, Jim. Anyway, those poor women had carpal tunnel, and I'd think to myself, oh, you know, I get pain in my wrist too, until I had a major attack. What was the attack? Well, my carpal tunnel swelled up, and it killed, if you will, it killed my, I know, everything's out of control here, but that's okay. I'm a farmer. I'm a farmer. It killed my motor nerves. So in other words, it was my right hand. I'm doing something right now, so I'll show you what I'm doing. Killed my right hand motor nerves, but the sensory nerves were 100%. So I could feel the pain, feel everything, but the motor nerves were shot. So I couldn't move, a little froggy, toad. I couldn't move my, I'm getting stuff for turtle. He loves dandelion leaves. And I was with someone, and they told me, yeah, you can eat that stuff. I think it was, Esther Van Kooten, my cousin's daughter. Beautiful young lady, such a sweet woman. They've been over in America 2 times that I'm aware of. With this time they took 2 of their daughters. Yes, they have a son too, Sona, and hi, sweetheart. You're such a doll. He'll start chowing into this stuff soon. But yeah, all right. I'm gonna go inside, check the time. So I gotta head to lunch. Chinese. I love Chinese, and maybe they'll have crabs, which will muck up my teeth. But you know, I left Snyder Family Dentistry in Byron Center because, in my humble opinion, in my experiences, they sucked. Medical term, I know. Like I said, I never finished my residency. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, you're such a doll. You're such a doll. Yes, you is. Okay, but please. Oh, shoot, guys. Oh, no, I got it. Thought I dropped my... I get to see the mess in my garage again. Snyder, son. I don't mean the old man. The old man was really cool. Anytime I had a problem, he would solve it. You got a problem? I'll solve it. But the son seems to me, don't quote me on this. This is just my story, guys. Not accusing anybody of anything. In my humble opinion, he would just do enough work to use up all my insurance and then leave the rest of my teeth bare and in pain and cutting sharp edges and stuff. So now I go to a place in Granville Dentistry, maybe? I don't know, but I'll fill you in on it. But they looked at my teeth and they go, oh my. Not oh my, here's an opportunity to bleed the insurance companies. Not saying that anybody does, but I'm just saying. But they went and just tore me up, fixed all my teeth. My whole mouth is filled with the most wonderful teeth, all cleaned up, replaced a bunch of chipped crowns and other stuff. But I have a head full of good teeth now, so I'm happy. So back to the pain. So I just finished my chores. It doesn't feel that bad. I mean, I'm not totally finished. I just cleaned the stalls and the horse, so fed them. But not bad. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Just rest for a bit. My chair. See ya. Bye.